my cash out. Shit, I'm gonna give y'all two, man. I swear to God, y'all gonna be everything, boy.
This dude
So
is
baby, like I said,
crazy.
baby, I'm gonna give you everything, but and I still gonna have some more for y'all when I'm done with it.
Hey,
So
Soul
let's play with it.
Food.
Let's play it all the
Hey,
way in.
Black
Let's get
Rose.
all the way with it, bitch. I got my motherfucking cash shot, bitch. And my birthday coming up.
This is your brain on drugs. Ooh, child. Man, let me tell you something. I've been looking at the Black Dino for a couple of days. The other day he was on live. I don't know what he was under the influence of, but his brain was fried. I don't even think he knew what he was talking about. That brain was fried. Fried, died, and laid to the side. That is a really crazy situation. And you wonder why Kaylee is running around here with alleged syphilis. If you look at that dude, he don't look like he's a very clean person. And he looks like just like he was doing, laying up with all these transgenders just for a place to stay. Because at any given moment, his mother will kick him out because he's getting high, getting fired from jobs, and all of the above. She don't want to deal with the headaches of dealing with no Black Dino, aka the Jigaboo. That's crazy. She was even cool with Kaylee. She didn't care that Kaylee was a transgender. She just didn't want her son in her house because he's a nuisance. She was cool with Kaylee. She was even cool when Kaylee was getting her supporters, well, his supporters, to get cash apps to send her $4 and $5 to send the Black Dino's mother. These people are crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And Kylie ain't nowhere to be found the last couple of days after he put that report on social media that he's clear of HI. Only thing he has is syphilis. I wouldn't have told nobody that either. Merry Christmas, Shamar. All right, let me make sure I'm saying your name right. Shalarma. Or how am I pronouncing your name? Merry Christmas to you, sweetie. Y'all know I be tearing up names. But the last live I did, somebody had told me to go look at the down in the valley page because on that discharge paper, Kylie's discharge paper, it was somebody else's test results or something. Now I saw where they were talking about where down in the valley was circling an area, basically trying to say that that wasn't Kylie's paperwork and he was lying. But I honestly could, as much as I tried to look, I don't know what it was reading. So I can't speak on it. It's high. I know that's right. Kylie John totally. Yeah, he's a mess. How are you today, Sam? Yep. But let me just say this to you guys. He should have kept that to himself. Nobody was looking for Kylie. We already knew it was almost 30 days going in. We didn't hear nothing back from him. He should have just kept that to himself. See, that be people's conscience that make them tell on themselves. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Hit the like button as y'all come in. That be their conscience. And that's when they go to telling and telling too much on themselves. And that's what Kylie did. That's why Kylie is nowhere to be found, because Kylie can't clean that up. You know what I'm saying? That he got up there and just straight up lied. But I don't know. But I know for a fact he's gonna lay low until the smoke clears. I know that for a fact. That's what he's gonna end up doing, because he don't want to have nobody wanting to call him out on that lie. Kylie was tricking. Let me tell you something. Either Kylie got that a couple of days ago and then came out with some fake paperwork about his status, or he did a test a week ago and just got the test back. The doctor called him into the office. I mean, to the doctor's office to tell him that he has syphilis and that he has to get treatment, which is a shot that he had to take, he said. And that's that. And he got that from tricking. And he already told on Tommythegossipp's live when they had did an interview that he admits that if they give him extra money, that he will be unprotected with them, trick-or-treaters. So we already know. LOL, SL Davis. We already know how he gets down. Ain't no surprise that he got something crawling up his behind. No, I know when you said trick, right. We have to be careful how we word things up here. So that's why I say trick-or-treating with the tricksters. I don't even want to say trick, because YouTube is funny. And it ain't even it's not even profanity, but they'll find a way to say that that's inappropriate. So that's why I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, making my own little words up too. But we all adults here. We get what you're saying, and you get what I'm saying. I know, right? I know what you meant when you said that. Sex work. Yeah, another word for it. That ain't a cuss word neither, but you still got to be careful how you word stuff up here. Because YouTube, it seems like you can't say anything. Ain't no such thing as freedom of speech anymore. Because it seems like the least, all your conversations that you have can be used against you up here. Yeah, you got to be real careful when you're on YouTube how you word stuff, because they're just doing too much. And this is supposed to be an adult platform, and it's sad you got to be mindful of what you're saying out your mouth. You should be able to, as an adult, even use the cuss word. Treat and right. You got to use those kind of words. You know what I'm saying? So you won't be in trouble for breaking any community guidelines. You got to say stuff like Kylie was trick-or-treating and got the you can't even say syphilis too much. You got to say Kylie was trick-or-treating and got the syph in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? The ninja gave him the syph in the mouth. because he definitely got that from going downtown on somebody for a couple of dollars. You ain't had no toothache. Yeah, that sip made you feel like you had a toothache and stuff. Cause we know the only tooth that he had problems with, he messed around, and that little half a tooth that he had in his front of his mouth, that little half tooth was hanging off for dear life. And he had a nerve to put some bootleg partial on top of it, messing with that tooth. That his gums and that tooth that was hanging off for dear life said, "I'm gonna fix you. I'm just gonna fall out." He should have left that half tooth in the front of his mouth alone. It's bad enough he had to put his tongue up there when he opened his mouth. Now all of a sudden he definitely sitting up there every time he opens his mouth to smile. He got to put his tongue over his gum. Ain't no tooth there now. He definitely putting his tongue over the gum so that we don't see he got a whole missing tooth missing in the front. Crazy work. Crazy work. I'm on the road today, guys. It says not the bootleg tooth. LOL. I'm dying. Like, yeah. Tooth gonna sit there and mess with a tooth that's hanging off for dear life and gonna put a fake tooth over a tooth already hanging off for dear life. That tooth said, "I give up. I'm leaving. I'm leaving the gum." Yep, he won't mess with another tooth, bad tooth like that. He should have left that tooth alone. That tooth wasn't even bothering him. You know what I'm saying? Why fix what's broken? Get it? What is that old saying? Why fix? How does that old saying goes? Why fix what's not broken or something like that? If it's not broken, you know what where I'm getting to with it. I can't even, when I get off of this live, I'll remember that saying, and then I'll be like, oh, I say it like this. Snaggle tooth, talking about he paid a couple of hundreds to get a partial done like he went to a real dentist. Boy, if you don't go sit down with your compulsive lying behind, with your bipolar, tripolar behind, boy, every time you turn around, Kylie's lying about something. If it ain't broke, right. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Well, it's broke, why fix it? Shoot. Look like common sense would have told us to use protection in his mouth. Well, common sense wasn't there that day. But yeah, I put it together. I said when he went at a couple of days prior and he was at the hospital and he said it was because of a toothache or infection in the mouth or whatever. When he told us a few days later, because he made it seem like he had prior took test results, which he probably did, and it was the day he went to the emergency room a couple of days before, but it wasn't for no toothache. Now, his mouth was probably hurting. He probably thought he had a toothache, but what I really think it was that he had syphilis in his mouth, and that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? All statements are allegedly, responsibly speaking. Because I'm no better than Kaylee if I sit up there and tell you that what I'm saying is the facts and run with it. Because we all know when you run with something as being the truth, everybody else tends to believe it too. And then, I could be character assassinating somebody. And, regardless if it's Kaylee or not, that's not right. So I'm not going to do that. But I just believe in my own opinion that dude went to the hospital a couple of days before and got tested. They probably took blood work or maybe some cultures in his mouth. And that's how they found out that he had an STD in his mouth. You already told us you had syphilis, you had an STD. So why didn't you just say when you said you thought you had a toothache a couple of days before when you was at the hospital at emergency that you found out that you had it in your mouth? You telling everything else? Look, oh, I already read that. Let me see. It says, ooh, in the mouth, what? And it probably he had a smell to it and everything. Ooh, child can't protect his mouth when that's his only tool. That's probably worth. Yeah, but he's always talking about safety and he ain't going around um you know um not protecting himself, that he's responsible, but obviously he ain't being responsible. You know what I'm saying? And we already question stuff from the past about him. I don't care if it's this sector, this group of people, or past group. Sometimes when people are saying the same thing, 9 times out of 10, usually it's the truth. Usually it's the truth. But see, sometimes we sit there and dumb stuff down because we feel like it's not our problem. But it's happening in the Black community that you have a transgender. Not only does he walk around like he's a woman and wants to be addressed as a woman, but he's one of them type of transgenders. He's trifling. He'll sit up there and try to fool straight men that he's a woman, and he tries to expose people. And he's also a type of dude, if he did have something, and this is just in my opinion, he would spread it. Because like I always tell y'all, hurt people hurt people. I don't care what nobody says. Hurt people hurt people. And Kaylee is a hurt soul. And you know what I'm saying? He's bound to do anything. Dude is crazy. And it kills me when you get people who try to, why Kaylee goes through so much. People pick on him so much. Kaylee likes this attention. If Kaylee didn't like the attention, he would stay off of social media. He doesn't look like somebody that likes to be quiet. He wants all the attention he can get. One being like oh my god, I know y'all seen his IG story when he was half naked on there. Like, nobody wants to see that. Well, whose eyes are you trying to hurt? He don't want no attention. People just be picking on him for no reason. Please. Ain't even getting monetized for it. That's how you know he's slow. Says that's why he didn't have any hot dog problems. Most men notice immediately. Yeah, exactly. And then the ones that say that they don't notice, those be the DL men. And they're playing stupid about being DL. They're playing stupid that they really like men, but they're laying with a woman, having kids from a woman, living a whole separate life with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Just in denial. But, there's no way as a straight man that you can't tell that Kaylee's a man. And I'm going to be honest with a lot of people. And some of y'all might get mad. I do believe Kaylee did take hormones. But I really think that he was buying them off the street. He was buying the ones that he knows. Maybe he did go to a doctor and he knew what kind of hormones that he could take, and he was buying them off the street. And that's just my opinion. I really believe he was buying them off the street, because when I was seeing him showing on his YouTube channel the syringe and the medication, I already was saying prior to him showing it that he looked a little softer. He does look a little softer. And I do believe he was taking hormones. Hey, sis. Hey, Latisse. How you doing, sweetie? Merry Christmas. You said what's... We talking about crazy Kylie. I ain't gonna be on here too long. Y'all know I got bipolar, tripolar, bipolar. I don't be on here for no hour. Merry Christmas. I'm surprised I even came back on. I was on here earlier. And I happened to bump into the Nature Boy. He was on live for Christmas in his cell. He was on live for a couple of hours, so I was recording that. And I was on there for like 2 hours. I wasn't talking the whole time. Actually, towards the end of the live, I just let the video live play. And I let whoever was in here watch it. Yeah. I look at Christmas like another day, because I've lost a lot of my loved ones, and it just don't seem the same no more. Christmas. I really feel like Christmas is for the kids anyways. Only thing I think is for us is the meals and stuff that we cook, and the time that we spend together as family and friends. You know what I'm saying, around these holidays. Other than that, Christmas is for kids. I'm trying to keep up with these characters. I know it. You ain't never lied, Latisse, and their characters. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. I'm not going to be on here long because I'm about to eat my last little bit for the night, and I'm just going to relax. I'm going to relax the rest of the week. Well, the weekend, because tomorrow's Friday, so I'm going to definitely relax. You know what I'm saying? So what you been up to, Latisse? Hey, Ryan. Merry Christmas, sweetie. Did you have some of that moonshine? You feeling nice right now, Ryan? You feeling the ooh-wee? The ooh-wee. Yeah, so I ain't gonna be on here too long. I thought by the time I got back on here that I would see maybe is today's Kylie's birthday? Put a Y in the chat if it is. Cause I did see her pop in for him. Let me stop saying her, being funny. I did see him pop in for a second, and I could have swore he said something about it's his birthday or some special occasion or something. You said at home trying to not get sick from these coughing people out here. I know that's right, Latisse. I know that's right. Merry Christmas to everyone that's in the live. I hope you guys had a beautiful day and a beautiful dinner. And I hope you have many more. You said LOL, not yet. I'm a sip watching the last NFL game, Bronco versus Chiefs. But I did have a shot that warmed my entire body. I know it did. See, you just had a shot. See, you got self-control over the moonshine. Ryan got self-control. I feels y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button, babies. Hit the like button, babies. But listen, guys, I just came in to check in with y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Also share out the video. Maybe even give it a Kylie. Tell them I'm on this. Okay? And I'm going to get at him. He has been exposed. It says shout out to those in the bushes. Yes. I would stay on here longer, but I want to go eat before 6. I don't like to eat after 6 o'clock. I see everybody pouring in here now. Y'all can do the replay to catch up on the foolishness. Enjoy your day too, sis. Stay in touch. All right, so on the way out, make sure y'all hit the like button. I love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out. Merry Christmas. Bye for now. Mwah.